Hello, I'm Dennis, that's my crime, it's also my punishment. This was a quick doodle that I did during lunch. I was playing around with the iPad. I've not done that for a while. And I just wanted to do something nice for the kids of Podquisition. It's a podcast that I've been listening to recently, starring the great Jim Sterling from YouTube fame and Escapist and all that good stuff. I recently got into Jim's stuff. Yeah, I'm late to the party, what else is new? I really liked his content and everything. Cracks me up. Everything that I've always wanted to be as a YouTuber. Take that however you want it. And what I ended up doing is I started devouring all his other content, and I came across the podcast, and I also started listening to it. Then I started getting into Laura's stuff. Laura and Gav are two of the co-hosts of Podquisition. I started watching her YouTube vids, her gaming stuff. One of my personal favourites is the whole Kindness Coins one. It's well worth a listen to, or a watch even. And then it's like Gavin. Gavin's an interesting character on the podcast. He's basically... he gets about 5 seconds of airtime, and the rest of them, these two nut jobs basically talk over the poor bugger all the time. But it seemed like a nice enough guy, and they mentioned, oh, he does this music and all that, and he does like songs based on video games, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool, I guess. I finally pulled my finger out and started listening to his stuff over the past month, and I now own 3 of his albums. He's possibly, no offense to everybody, he might be my favourite. I don't like to play favourites, but holy shit, Gavin, music, amazing, miraculous sound, not just a clever name, it's a statement of fact. You need to be listening to Gavin's music, you need to be watching Laura's video game stuff, and of course Jim Sterling, and it goes without saying, the podcast. If you're old enough to, hear jokes about shitting in toilets and, pubic hair Doritos and stuff like that. If that's your bag, and it is mine, sadly, then check out the Podquisition. This was a doodle I did over lunchtime, and I feel really bad about how some of it turned out, but they liked it, so yay, thank you. Take care. For those interested, I'm using Art Rage, which you can pick up on Steam for a fairly affordable price. This is Art Rage 4 at the moment that I'm using. People who've seen a few other videos of mine will know by now that my basic process is to do a very rough sketch, usually like in blue line, even though technically it doesn't need to be in blue, it's just a lot more traditional for me. I'm comfortable working with, blue as a colour, it's very calming.